I studied abroad last semester, fall of 2024, in the Czech Republic. I was based in Prague, Central Europe, and I chose that particular program because I am an economics major, and the program offered this really cool certificate in international economics and finance that the requirements matched up exactly with what I needed in order to fulfill my elective requirements for my major at Lewis and Clark. And other aspects of the program appealed as well. It gave me a lot of free time, a lot of travel time. I had classes 4 days a week, and it just ended up being a really, really great experience, and I'm so glad that I was able to have that opportunity. It was really important for me personally to get to go abroad, partially because I had never been abroad before. I did not get the opportunity to travel outside of this country as a kid, so I felt that in order to be a more global citizen in my academic interests and my personal interests, I needed to have that experience of going and living somewhere, going and studying somewhere else, especially being able to take classes in the context of the Central and Eastern European region while actively living, studying, and traveling there. So some of my big highlights of the semester, I really enjoyed a lot of my classes. I felt like I really learned a lot. I had one particular class that was it was an interdisciplinary class mostly about Czech history and Prague specifically, and every week we would just go do a little bit of a walking tour, and we would go to a specific location in the city and learn about that location. We'd talk about this specific building and all the different architectural styles that have combined to create what it is today. Or we would go talk about like the underground subway system. We had class like on the metro 1 week. So that was really cool. I also got to do a lot of traveling in my free time. We had 3-day weekends, and the way that my schedule worked out, I essentially had about 4 days at a time that I could just take off and go wherever my heart desired. So I did some of my first like solo traveling experience while on this semester abroad, which did huge things for my self-confidence and my confidence in my ability to handle myself out in the world and go and accomplish the things that I want to accomplish and go see the things that I want to see. And I really just learned so much about myself and about Europe, traveling, everything, every aspect of that experience has really combined to make me into more of a knowledgeable and just a knowledgeable citizen of both the United States and of the world as a whole. As a student athlete, I knew that my season spanned from both the fall and the spring semesters. So I would be coming back from my fall semester abroad, jumping right into the last bit of the swimming season. I was actually not the only student athlete on my program. I was the only one from Lewis and Clark, but some of the other schools, some of the other US schools, there were actually some other D3 swimmers there as well. And so there were a group of us who, we went a couple times to go swim at various gyms. It was a very different experience. My backstroke count is still really messed up because I got used to swimming in a meters pool versus a yardage pool. But other than that, I had a super active semester. I'm a very active person as a person, so I did a lot of walking. I would go to a new city, or I would go to like a hiking trail, and I spent so much time just wandering around and people watching and looking at buildings. I didn't know I cared at all about architecture before I went to Europe, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I can tell you exactly what architectural style this building is and what it's inspired by, and maybe take a guess as to who designed it, which was really cool. So things like that, the just keeping active, doing like little workouts on the floor of my apartment. Even though I get a much shorter swim season than everybody else because I spent that time abroad, it's very important to me just because I've made a personal commitment to myself. That is, I'm going to be a college athlete and do all of the college athlete things and stay in shape and stay on top of my personal well-being. I think that being on the swim team has done incredible things for me learning how to stay active and take care of myself and my teammates and the people around me. So It is a commitment to myself. It is also a commitment to the team, that I've said, yes, I'm going to be here. I am going to be supportive of everybody else. I'm going to try my hardest and create a positive atmosphere for everybody else to also be working in. And just the group of us, we have a really big senior class this year, and the 7 of us have been together for years at this point. And it's really important to me to like make that commitment to these people specifically that I feel a lot of camaraderie with, who I love and adore.